I've got some thank yous to say, obviously, in winding up, but I think I'll just offer a few personal reflections to say that I'm standing here now and I am so enthused about what I've heard. I think the setting aside the challenges that everyone faces in running their business, and the cost of doing business and everything that we've talked about, I think, isn't it great that we're seeing so much development and so much positivity about the future, not only in Edinburgh, but in the wider region and also Scotland. So thank you to everyone who's contributed and come forward with these very positive messages. I think we're all being greatly kind of pleased to hear our council leader, Cammy Day, talking about the growth prospects of Edinburgh and recognising the importance that the visitor economy brings to Edinburgh and its success overall in terms of its broader economy. And I think that, talking to a few of you at coffee break, I think everyone was delighted to hear Cammy support everything that we are endeavouring to do and everything that we're hoping to achieve. In terms of the following speakers, Mike talked about some great stats from Mike from Skyscanner about the propensity to travel and the propensity to come to Edinburgh, something that we can build on. We mentioned that data is a very important part of ETAG's future strategy, and I think we have to get in bed with people like Mike in order to know who we should be targeting and when we should be targeting our messages to get them to come here. Roddy gave us a very brief overview of the city centre transformation and what that means for Edinburgh, the success of the winter festivals, the success of the summer festivals, and how much has been invested. What is the number, Roddy? 1.86 billion in the city centre in an area that's a mile wide and a couple of hundred metres, a mile long and a couple of hundred metres wide. So thanks for that, Roddy. In terms of the spotlight sessions, interesting to hear George changing the calendar to say spring ends on the 21st of June. But we look forward to jumping on the tram then, George, and going down to Leith. That will be a great event, and look forward to that. Nick and Ken talked about the Princes Street, this is James's Quarter. Really intrigued about, what was it called, hanging kebabs and taco social, and playing penalty shootouts in the middle of Edinburgh. So I think there's a lot to look forward to. And Tricia, thank you for giving us the view of the National Galleries. That's been an incredible transformation that really nobody has seen unless you've been able to go underground. And for these galleries to open in June and increase the access, increase the number of galleries, I think your 1.5 million visitors will certainly increase once that's all over and completed. Xavier, I've taken away a lot of key facts from your presentation, principally that we're all hypocrites, and that actually we need to do more, and that we're not doing enough. 2% of businesses have KPIs about sustainability, and the benefit of hotel rooms decarbonising, which then means we can increase the number of hotel rooms and increase the number of visitors here. That's sustainability in action, and it's something that we need to pay attention to. And maybe one of the key performance indicators we need to do is to beat Belfast in the number of green accredited hotel rooms in the city. And lastly, Patricia, talking about the value of promotion and the extended season, all of these things that we need to consider, Patricia, in our marketing. But interesting to see that you're predicting that 23 will see a return to 2019 levels by the mix of value rather than volume. And hopefully that's a trend that we can see coming into the Edinburgh market. On top of all that, I think the key word for me continues to be collaboration. We're sitting here, we are the industry in Edinburgh. We're about collaborating for the good of Edinburgh and for the good of our businesses. And I can only thank you for the work that you've done over the last year. And I'm sure that will be further ideas for collaboration, product development and market development as we go through the next year. So that leaves me with the thank yous that I have to make. Certainly I'd like to thank the venue for the University of Edinburgh events and team. You've been amazing, you've really helped us, and it's been a joy to be here, so thank you very much for that. The sponsors, which you can see on the screen here, this wouldn't have happened without the contribution from the sponsors, so thank you very much indeed. I hope you've had the value that you've meeting people today, and you've seen the success of this conference. The exhibitors are still out there, and I'll be keen to talk to you, so please go and say thank you to them. And the organising team, Jack, I don't know where Jack is, I think she's still sitting round the corner. The committee chair, Nick, Mags at the back of the room there, Elaine Green, there's Elaine waving at the back. The conference committee have done a power of work to get this up and running in a relatively short space of time, and to put together such a great programme of speakers. Thank you very much, and great to be part of that. Finally, Dale, for hosting. It's been a joy. You've done a great job keeping us all on track, and I think we may well even finish a few minutes early. So thank you for that. And lastly, please, before you leave the room, we'd be very grateful if you could go on to the ETAG microsite to do the very short survey. Your opinions are very valuable to us in terms of how we stage the next conference. So please take 5 minutes to complete the survey. And lastly, but not least, we really want you to hand these badges back. You don't need to rush away. If you're going now, please hand them back. If you're staying, please keep them on to use them to connect with people, but please hand them back. And I've been reliably informed that there's a little incentive waiting for you to collect if you do hand them back. So that's us for the 2023 conference. Thank you very much for taking the time to be here, and we'll look forward to having a drink.